Good evening, dear listener, and welcome back to Sleepy Seedlings, the Bedtime Podcast with trees, your sanctuary of serenity as night enfolds the world in its quiet embrace. Tonight, as you set your sleep timer and nestle comfortably into your bed, we embark on a fragrant journey with the lilac tree, a herald of spring and another symbol of renewal and rebirth. As the gentle lilac whispers the promise of new beginnings, if you feel like drifting off, just let go. Falling asleep is, of course, the very purpose of our connection here. But as always, if you find yourself thinking too much about the toil and worries of the day, my voice will be here for the next half hour to tell you all about the lilac tree. If this podcast has become a part of your bedtime ritual and you find solace in our nightly wanderings, please do consider sharing it with someone who might also cherish this moment of peace as they retire from the worries of the world. So tonight, let the story of the lilac inspire you, as its blooms not only signify the beauty of change, but also the enduring strength to blossom anew. So adjust your pillows, breathe in deeply, and prepare to be immersed in the lilac tree's enchanting narrative. This small tree, or often a large shrub, heralds the arrival of spring with its vibrant blossoms and intoxicating fragrance. Picture, dear listener, the lilac's dense clusters of tiny flowers, which can range in colour from the palest of pinks to the deepest of purples, and even a pristine white. These blooms not only captivate the eye, but also enchant the nose, filling the air with a sweet, floral aroma that can make any garden or grove feel like a slice of paradise. The lilac's leaves are heart-shaped, with a lush green that complements the soft explosion of colours from its flowers. Each leaf frames the delicate panicles of blooms that nod gently on the spring breeze, inviting passers-by to pause and revel in their beauty. As these blooms cascade in clusters, they transform the lilac into a fountain of colour, each inflorescence a testament to nature's artistry. The lilac's fragrance is known for its calming effects. Maybe you can imagine that smell, evoking memories of serene spring days and the joyful play of youth. It is this aroma that heralds the season of growth and renewal, infusing the air with a scent that promises new beginnings and inspires the soul to awaken from winter's slumber. Fragrances have a profound power to evoke memories and emotions, bridging the past with the present. In every breath laden with the scent of lilac, we are reminded of the cyclical nature of life, of beginnings that follow endings, and of the eternal promise of renewal. Consider how each spring is an opportunity to renew not just our garden, but also our own lives. Just as the lilac returns each year, with renewed vigour, we too can embrace the spirit of renewal to refresh our perspectives and rejuvenate our spirits. Let us pause to appreciate how fragrance can transcend the mere act of smelling, becoming a key that unlocks deep vaults of memory. In this spirit, I'd like to share with you a poem that captures the essence of what it is to experience the lilac's timeless perfume. Grace Dineo Litchfield, in her poem To a Bunch of Lilac Blossoms, eloquently encapsulates the poignant blend of beauty and nostalgia that lilacs bring to our senses. She speaks not just to the flower, but to the flood of memories each scent-laden breeze can evoke. Are you lonely in the city, little blossoms blue and white, that you breathe so sweet a pity from the window's lonely height? Does your heart's core break with aching, longing for the wind's caress, for the dewy kiss at waking from your mother wilderness? All day long the sun shines kindly. Can you feel his great warm heart? All night long the moon loves blindly. Does her passion thrill you through? Still, mid all this joy and glory, do you droop and pine for rest, dreaming of the old sweet story in the far-off meadow's breast? Let this poem linger in your thoughts as you contemplate plants' ability to stir such a depth of feeling within us. Just as Litchfield beautifully expresses, each note of the lilac's fragrance carries us with both the joy of the present bloom and the wistful longing for springs past, connecting us not only to nature, but to the very essence of our own life stories. As we continue our journey under the fragrant canopy of the lilac, let us delve into the history and lore that surrounds this enchanting tree. They carry with them centuries of stories and cultural significance that weave through the fabric of many societies. In Victorian times, the lilac was steeped in the language of flowers, a means of communication where each bloom or plant had a specific meaning. The lilac, particularly in its purple form, symbolized the first emotions of love, while the white lilac stood for youthful innocence. This symbolic language allowed the genteel society of the time to express feelings unspoken, with lilacs often adorning the bouquets and gardens of the love-struck and pure-hearted. Moving further back, the lilac holds a place in Greek mythology. There's a story that tells of Pan, the god of the forests and fields, who was enamored with a nymph named Syringa. To escape his affections, Syringa transformed herself into a lilac bush, forever to be adorned with beautiful, fragrant flowers. This myth not only explains the origin of the name Syringa in the tree's scientific name, Syringa vulgaris, but also ties the lilac to themes of transformation and beauty. In Eastern European folklore, lilacs are often seen as magical plants that ward off evil. In Romania, for instance, lilacs were planted near homes and churches to protect them from malevolent spirits. This protective quality was believed to be so potent that on May Day, people would decorate their doorways and windows with lilac flowers to safeguard their homes from witches. The lilac also resonates with the theme of renewal and passage in many cultures. In parts of Eastern Europe, it is customary to hold a sprig of lilac over newborns or newlyweds to bring them wisdom and good fortune. This practice reflects the lilac's enduring symbolism of renewal. Its blooms signal the return of spring and the triumph of life over the long winter. As you imagine yourself inhaling the lilac's calming fragrance, imagine the myriad generations before us who have cherished this plant, imbuing it with meanings and powers beyond its natural beauty. Each bloom is a vessel of history, carrying stories of love, protection, and the eternal dance of seasons across the ages. But as we continue our nocturnal stroll beneath the fragrant boughs of the lilac, let us turn our attention to the remarkable biological traits that not only define this beloved shrub, but also underscore its resilience and adaptability in the face of natural challenges. Syringa vulgaris is a deciduous shrub native to the Balkan Peninsula, but its hardy nature has allowed it to thrive across the temperate zones of Europe and North America. Characterized by its woody stems and bushy growth, the lilac can reach heights of up to 7 meters, though most varieties cultivated in gardens tend to be smaller. Its flowers bloom profusely in spring. Each flower is small and typically 4-lobed, forming dense clusters called panicles that can be up to 20 centimeters in length. These flowers have become a favorite among gardeners and nature lovers alike, not only for their visually striking blossoms, but also for the fragrance that they produce. The range of colours that they come in also adds to their appeal and versatility in landscape design. They are particularly noted for their ability to withstand harsh conditions once established. They prefer well-drained soils and full sun, but once their roots are firmly set, they exhibit considerable drought resistance. This resilience is partly due to their deep root systems, which draw moisture from below the surface, allowing them to thrive even in less than ideal soil conditions. Moreover, lilacs are long-lived shrubs, with some specimens known to flourish for over a century. This longevity is complemented by their relatively low maintenance, as they require minimal pruning and are not commonly afflicted by pests. The lilac's durability and ease of care make it a symbol of steadfastness and persistence, echoing the themes of renewal and rebirth that we've explored. Biologically, lilacs also play a crucial role in their ecosystems. They are pollinated by butterflies and bees, making them vital in supporting local pollinator populations. After pollination, the flowers give way to seed pods that persist through winter, providing food for wildlife when other sources are scarce. So as you rest into the calming embrace of the night, reflect on the lilac's life cycle, from its fragrant blossoms to its robust winter seeds. Each phase of its existence not only contributes to the natural beauty of our environment, but also reinforces the cycle of life, growth, and resilience. As our journey tonight gets closer to its close, under the soothing shade of the lilac, let us take a moment to reflect on the profound symbolism this resilient shrub offers. The lilac not only marks the beauty of spring with its blooms and intoxicating fragrance, but also embodies the spirit of renewal and rebirth. In the quietude of this hour, as our sojourn with the lilac approaches its end, allow the soft murmur of its leaves to be the last tender note that lulls you into dreams. Picture the twilight hues, a canvas of purples and blues, painted by nature's delicate brush. The lilac standing as a silent poet among the garden's verdant chorus. Each petal awash in the lambent glow of moonlight is a word unspoken. Each fragrance carried on the night air, a verse unfurled. The lilac doesn't simply bloom. It weaves a narrative of resilience in the face of the frost, of beauty born from the barest branch, of renewal so profound that it touches the very essence of the soul. So as we bid farewell to the lilac's comforting presence, let its essence resonate within you. In the days to come, when the world unfurls anew, remember the lilac's whisper, how effortlessly it invites us to release what has withered, to make room for the bloom that awaits. In the coming days, as you move through your routine, I invite you to ponder the areas of your life that might benefit from renewal. Perhaps there are old habits that no longer serve you, or there are dreams you've set aside that await rejuvenation. Like the lilac that blooms afresh each spring, you too possess the innate capacity to revive your passions and rediscover your zest for life. Think about integrating something new that invigorates your senses and brings you joy. Much like the lilac's aroma enriches the air each spring. Whether it's starting a new project, revitalizing an old friendship, or simply taking more time to revel in the natural beauty around you, let the spirit of the lilac guide you towards these fresh beginnings. Embrace the changes that each season of life brings. And remember that just as the lilac returns each year with renewed vigor, so too can you emerge from periods of dormancy with new strength and beauty. So sleep well, my dear listener, cradled in the promise of tomorrow's renewal. Sweet dreams.